Hello there. This is as close to the camera as I'm going to get because I am driving. Now, talk about trying to turn the energy of stress and fear and all the good stuff that comes along with it into raw energy and then transmuting it back into whatever the F you want. Well, that's what I'm attempting here. So here's take one of whatever I just said. See, what happened is I just narrowly escaped death, by the way. And it just turns out that unbeknownst to me, because I was sleeping in the forest at a brand new campsite that I just located, but it was dark. Now, I was positive. You know me. I was positive. I knew what I was doing. In the morning, it was dark. In the night when I got there, in the morning it was light, I drove off. And apparently I must have gone in the wrong direction. Because after a few minutes, this horribly dirt road with rocks and freaking tumbleweeds and tornadoes and dinosaurs, all kinds of shit started to happen on this dirt road of sorts. Well, this one's beautiful right here where I'm at. Hence, I'm making this video now where I am at safety for the most part. Okay, now back to how it all began. I was on this dirt road for like a while, and I'm like, there's no way it took me this long, this dirty ass road that to get here. This doesn't make any sense. But I didn't see any turnoffs. And I had already crossed some pretty shitty crap, so I really didn't want to turn back, and I was like, well, this has got to lead somewhere. And I figured it would lead back to Center Highway, because that's the area I was in. I just didn't understand what was happening when it didn't end at all for 2 hours. And yes, with the tumbleweeds and the stones and the dinosaurs and fucking King Kong, there was like balls of fire and fire-breathing dragons, and scorching. I had no water. Fire-breathing dragons. It was hot. Seriously, though, I'm in Arizona. The weather's nice. At least it's not. And then this is how I survived. It literally was 2 or more hours. I must say it's got to have been about 2 hours. Okay, so I survived eventually. Well, barely, but I did, obviously, by simply focusing on the fact that my tires were still intact and developing the energy of gratitude for this fact. And that rhymes, so it must be true. And another survival strategy I employed was man, I can't even remember it because it was so clever. It was too clever to remember. No, this other survival strategy, the oil, holy moly. I was like focusing on the fact that my car still hasn't shut the F down altogether, completely. Because the oil thing started going off and it started making this horrifying noise. Yeah, I'm not kidding, I'm not making this up. You can't make this up. This is way too creative. The shit that happens in my life, you can't. I'm so grateful to Spirit for this raw material for comedy and all kinds of theatrical pursuits. Anyway, back to the story. How did I survive? I don't know. But I did end up calling a close friend of mine. It's kind of like when you're on that, like, How to Be a Millionaire, and you have like 3 lifelines. Well, my one lifeline was prayer, and that was adamantly employed. Believe you me, this was employed.